We're going to solve this equation by solving for x by using the following quadratic formula, which is x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. So the first step we want to do here is equal the equation to 0. How we can do that process is by adding the 12 on to the left side. So what we do to one side, we have to do to the other. So this is our negative 12. Once we add it on both sides, it would leave us with 4x squared plus 12x plus 12 equals 0. So now that we have our equation equal to 0, we can move on to the next step, which is identifying our coefficients and our constant number. So what we could do here to identify the coefficients and the constant is that our a is going to be ax squared and our b is going to be b times x, and our c is our number. It's a number by itself, so it's our constant, which is our c. Now that we could see our equation up here, we can see that our a is going to be 4. So that's going to be one of our coefficients. Our b is going to be 12, and our c is this 12. So now that we know our coefficients and our constant, we can plug in those numbers into the following quadratic formula. So we know that x equals negative b, which is 12, plus or minus the square root of b squared. Again, our b is 12, so 12 squared minus 4 times a. Our a is 4 times c, and our c is our constant number, our 12, all over 2 times a. Again, it's 4. Now that we have substituted everything, we can start solving it. So inside our square root, we can do the exponent. 12 times 12 is 144 minus, 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 12 equals to 192. We do have the negative there, so it's going to be minus 192. And then 2 times 4 in our denominator equals to 8. Now that we did that, again, we can keep going. We see that our radical, underneath or inside our radical, we can subtract. So that is what we are going to do next. 144 minus 192 equals to negative 48 all over 8. Now what we could see here is that we do have a negative number inside our radical. What does that mean is that it's going to give us a complex solution. Mathematicians say that no real number is going to have a negative inside the radical, so that's why it's going to give us a complex solution. So what we do now is that, I guess you could call it math laws. We are going to take our negative out and find the perfect square. So what that looks like is what times what gives us 48. We can do the negative 1 times the 48, so that's where the negative goes. So now that the 48 is on its own, what gives us 48? We know that 16 times 3 gives us 48. So we could do that. Our negative comes out, which would be the imaginary unit, which is this symbol right here. And our 48, we said it was 16 and 3. So we know that our 16 has a perfect square that would equal to 4. So our perfect square would come out. That would leave us with 4 and the imaginary unit. Inside is our 3 all over 8. Now here we could see that we have, we can simplify it more. By that I mean that we do have a common factor. One of our greatest common factors is 4, because we can divide these 3 numbers 4 times. So when we do that, our 12 divided by 4 would be 3. We keep the negative, so that would leave us with a negative 3, plus or minus 4 divided by 4 is 1. We're left with the imaginary unit, and then the square root of 3. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So this is what we're left with. We cannot simplify it even further, so we are left with our 2 complex solutions, which equal to x equals negative 3. We have the plus or minus. We'll do them plus first. Negative 3 plus the imaginary unit, the square root of 3, all over 2, comma, our next complex solution is x equals negative 3 minus the imaginary unit, square root of 3, all over 2.